After weeks of meetings, studies, and discussions, the Oklahoma Commission on School Security has released its recommendations. The group that formed shortly after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting came up with 5 recommendations for making schools more secure. The proposals include setting up a school security institute and a tip hotline, but did not suggest more funds for security officers or guns for teachers. Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb chaired the commission. He hopes the recommendations will help drive further conversation on safety.
Our hope is that these recommendations will set the standard and serve as an Oklahoma model that states across the nation can and will follow. The commission unanimously recommends the following: formation of the Oklahoma School Security Institute that should operate under the Oklahoma Department of Homeland Security. Recommendation 2, establishing a mental health first aid training pilot program. The pilot program should be voluntary and incorporate the Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services and district superintendents in its formation. The pilot program should consider a 2-prong approach: train the trainees model and certified mental health training. An important note: all aspects of the mental health pilot program should not place any additional mandates on school personnel. Recommendation 3, amend and change state law to require school intruder drills. Recommendation 4, require the reporting of firearms to local law enforcement. Many school districts are doing this. We had a presentation from a canine expert, a canine handler who contracts to schools, and he said time and time again, he understands that when a firearm is found either in a locker or on a person in a vehicle, it's too often not reported. We know schools that do report it on a consistent basis. They're represented on this commission, but the recommendation is to require the reporting of firearms and allow the local investigator, police department, sheriff's department to conduct an investigation to see what should come of the firearm finding on person or on the school grounds in possession. The last and final recommendation is to establish a school security tip line. For, I don't know if it's a number of years, but for at least some time, the State Department of Education had a tip line. It was very expensive to run, and it was not actively used, is my understanding. Well, a tip line should not be that expensive. It may not have a lot of bells and whistles and a lot of technology, but a tip line should be the cost of a phone number. There's more that we wish that we could do. And with any issue that's important to government, the #1 responsibility and issue for any government is to protect its people. And we took that charge very seriously. That's why I think it's important to fund the Oklahoma School Security Institute. But arming school resource officers, there's no funding mechanism for that. And one opportunity with creating the School Security Institute allows the conversation to continue and allows research to continue and allows discussion and conversations to continue, and working with state officials and local administrators and school board members to talk about funding ideas on the local level.